Hello everybody, welcome to Tpull's Corner, where Arena fights to sabotage every time. The two most useless lands out of all the lands they could have dealt with. I have to do a mulligan. We'll keep that, and we'll see if we can make a go of it. I'm Travis, welcome to Tpull's Corner. We are playing a Mindsplice Apparatus deck. Because it's one of my favorite cards. If you're new, remember to subscribe. And I think we need to go ahead and get rid of this thing now before it multiplies things on us, because that can create a bunch of 1/1s. And this one might take a while before we can cast it. So it gave me two useless land cards at the beginning because they weren't any color, and now that gave me the most expensive card in my deck. Piece of cake. So, and also for the people that are newer, I've got a playlist for Mindsplice Apparatus. We've gone through the regular color pie with a mono blue and then one of each of the other colors. So there's been a blue-white deck and a blue-red deck and a blue-green deck and a blue-black deck. And those were all playable. They're very fun. They're on the one playlist if you want to get, if you're not familiar with the card. Before I had my 4 copies, I did catch notice of things that people had been doing with it online. And it seems like this was the most common combination. Esper colors, white, blue, and black. So I thought I'd go ahead and put one together, and I didn't pay too much attention to see any comparisons between my decks and theirs. I did try and do... I threw in a vanity card. I threw in a font card that's only 1 blue mana, and you could add oil counters onto it, and it would mill. And in my playtesting, it gave me so many times. It gave me like every match but one, it gave me that card. And it was just a fun card. And I'm like, okay, Arena's letting me know I can't have funsies with these decks. So I had to take that extra card out. Four damage. Shame on you. Alright, if you're going to do that kind of damage on me, let's get rid of the egg before it turns into a dragon. Gain that life back with March of Wretched Sorrow. Lightning strike. They're so mean. Straight to the face they are. Okay, I think we can just do this to go get some life back. And then this I can still get 5 more life. Get rid of an obnoxious little pest. We're back above 20 life. And soon we can cast Turkle's Final Meditation if we need to. I'm not sure what I want to do with that. I still need a second black mana source, but I can't use Field of Rune on anything. All they have is basic lands. So I've just got to sit here and take this for right now. But we've got some time. Oh ho ho! And boy do we. We just need to do 5 for... we don't need 7. I just need to do 5. We'll take the flyer. It's not legendary, right? So I got a copy. I'm hoping they don't kill it and bring it back in the same turn. We have a chance to use Hurkyl's Final Meditation, and if we do it, it exiles the spell on the stack, so if I can catch it right, we don't have to worry about it coming back from the graveyard to the battlefield all the time. Straight to the face again. I'm just gonna take that. Ooh. Something I can't do anything with. Great. Okay, we're just attacking. Okay, now we can cast this. So, if they have another one... nah, I'm okay. I'm okay with that coming down. I'm okay with that coming down. What else you got? It's an instant, isn't it? I feel a March of the Swirling Mist coming on. One, two, three, four. Let's just phase everybody. And that prevents the counters from going on them. Alright, we're getting closer to a Hullbreaker Horror. And I'm just going to attack. This type of deck, they've got to have a spell that they can cast, right? My problem is the Bloodfeather Phoenix. Maybe it shouldn't have attacked. They can't block, though. They can't block. Okay, I'm glad they sacrificed that there. Because now we don't have to worry about when the Samurai is going to come in. They're tapped out if they do this, so let's just do Hurkyl's Final Meditation. They do get their Phoenix back. I lose my creatures. But we're just going to bring down the Hullbreaker Horror, because I don't think they can do anything against it. It's a risk. They might have a Fading Hope, right? But they shouldn't have a whole lot of other things. They're just going to restock, but they shouldn't be able to attack. In the meantime, this comes down, and that goes back up. And I can beat you before you beat me. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you're gonna have to chump block that. That's a sorcery, not an instant, so... don't quite have anything. If they've got something they could cobble together against Hullbreaker Horror, I am at a bit of a risk here. Nope, they're just recasting everything. Ooh, now that's lovely. That's a little too lovely for them. I was so hoping I finally had the Sheoldred. I was going to use the cut of the Prophets combination where I draw cards and lose life. I was going to refill my hand. It was going to be beautiful. Oh well. I only have one copy of Sheoldred, so it's hard to pull off sometimes. But we'll go in and show you the deck. That's one of the differences, I'm sure, in my deck compared to everybody else's, is Cut of the Prophets is an X spell, so it works great with Mindsplice Apparatus, but I've never seen other people using it with Mindsplice Apparatus, actually. So what I did, I just call it Esper Apparatus, and say that 3 times fast. And, oh, I forgot to ask everybody to like the video. I now have 4 Giadas. I just got my 4th one today, so we may have another Angel deck coming up again soon. Okay, so what I did was I looked at the white and black decks that I had done before with Mindsplice Apparatus, and I kind of mashed them together, and I took out things like Fierce Retribution from white. It's not an X spell, it just destroys target attacker. And same thing on the black side, I just got like a Sheoldred's Edict and stuff like that. Single removal cards that I had in there, and I kept the X spells. So we'll go over the blue shell in a minute. The blue shell is almost always the same, identical. But for white, what that gives us is 4 copies of Union of the Third Path, where we can draw a card and gain life. Life gain is important, card draw is important. We have the 4 board wipes with White Sun's Twilight. We don't really care about the colorless Phyrexian Mites, but they can be an alternate win, because if you cast it for 5 or more, that gives you 5 1/1s. You could win with 10 poison and 2 hits, no matter what their life total. So that is a way to win as well. Although I didn't design it with that in mind, you know what? They gave it to us as an X spell, so I'm using it because it's Mindsplice Apparatus. For my last white card, I got a copy of Elish Norn recently. It's my first copy of it, so it's going in. Okay, that's all there is to it. 4/7 Vigilance. I don't have a lot of enter into the battlefield effects type here with permanents, but their permanents don't cause abilities to trigger. So my opponents, when they put in something like an enchantment dog that would draw 1 card, it won't draw the card if Elish Norn is on the field. So we'll see if that becomes a factor. That's it for the white cards. For the black cards, I've got 3 copies of Black Sun's Twilight to give a creature -X/-X. If it's 5 or more, I can bring a creature back from my graveyard. I've got 4 March of Wretched Sorrows for more life gain, deals damage to creature or planeswalker, and you gain X life. And I've got 2 Cut of the Prophets I like to use with Sheoldred. You draw X cards and you lose X life. You don't need Sheoldred out there, but it makes for 1 life gain instead of 1 life loss each time, net. So Sheoldred, of course, 4/5 with Death Touch. I only have 1 copy, so we use her. I only have 4 creatures total, those 2 and the 2 Hullbreaker Horrors. So those are basically my win conditions. The blue shell is always the same. We've got 1 Witness Protection. We put that on things like the Phyrexian Obliterators. March's Swirling Mist, you saw me use that to phase target creatures out. You can use it on your opponent's creatures, your own creatures, both at the same time. X spells, Syncopate, that comes in really nice with Mindsplice Apparatus. We've got 1 copy of Blue Sun's Twilight. This is a cycle, right? The Twilight cards. So when I was doing the red-blue deck, I put in the red Twilight card. When I was doing the green-blue deck, I put in the green Twilight. Here we've got Black Sun's Twilight, White Sun's Twilight, and Blue Sun's Twilight. And again, as always, if you make X 5 or more, you get a bonus. So here we'd get a copy of the creature that we're stealing. 2 Silver Scrutinies. I think I have 3 now, but I'm at 63 cards. I have enough card draw, I feel like. So I'm just using 2 of those. We've got 1 Devious Cover-Up, so I can go get some of these counter spells back and things like that, or draw cards if I need to. My 2 Silver Scrutinies, my 2 Cut of the Prophets or draw cards. My 5th draw card is Transcendent Message. I don't really care as much about the Convoke. I've got Mindsplice Apparatus to handle the X part, so I just need 4 blue mana. I've got 1 Invoke the Winds, another way to gain control of my opponent's artifacts or creatures. My 6th draw spell, Cosmic Epiphany, draw cards equal to the number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard. That's most of our deck, and so we could, depending on where we draw this, we could be good for 2 cards, or it could be good for 19 cards. So you got to be careful not to mill yourself. The 2 Hullbreaker Horrors, that whenever we cast a spell, we return stuff to their hand, or we could save the Hullbreaker Horror and just pop it back up in my hand. And then finally, the complicated card, Hurkyl's Final Meditation. It only costs 7 if it's my turn. If I cast it during their turn, the cost goes up to 10. So you got to keep track of that. So Mindsplice Apparatus becomes really important for this, but it exiles all spells on the stack. So if I can time it so that they're casting a spell, I can exile whatever spell that is. The only bad part is everything goes back up. All non-land permanents go to the respective owner's hands. So I'd have to reset all my Mindsplice Apparatus. So I've got, for lands, I've got one Aganjo. Maybe I can deal damage to a target attacking creature. I've got one Otawara to throw something back up into their hand. I've got a Surgical Bay for card draw. And I have 3 of the Tri-Lance for Rafine's Tower. And I've got 1 Field of Ruin like usual. And I got 2 copies of Monumental Facade, so I can add counters, just a few, but I can add counters onto Mindsplice Apparatus if it's convenient, and juice it up a little bit if that makes sense. Let's go look at the overview real quick. We'll show you our average command cost is only 2.8, which is not bad. I've got the regular 24 lands. With all the card draw advantage that I have in here, we should do pretty well. And if I don't have card draw, I've basically got life gain between Union of the Third Path, March of Wretched Sorrow, and the chance at Shieldred, especially with the combo playing Shieldred, and you draw, if I drew 5 cards, I would lose 5 life, and then I'd gain 10 life off of Shieldred. So there's a lot of potential. I mean, what's not to love in this deck? With Mindsplice Apparatus, I make things cheaper, I can gain life, I can draw more cards. But we've already done the regular color pie thing with doing 2 colors, so I thought, let's go into 3 colors and continue to have fun with my favorite card. Alright, Arena already made us mulligan once. Let's see if they give us some proper colors at the start here. I'm used to seeing a Rafine's Tower in the opening hand, and that's... Oh, there we go. Oh, and we get to go first? Christmas come early. They still gave us 1 of the Monumental Facades, but I think that's okay for now. This deck does take a little bit to warm up, right? Because we've got... All of our stuff is geared towards the longer it takes to get going, the bigger and better we're going to be. Although the Field of Ruin is going to be good to go get me another color that I might want. I'm usually going to get another blue. In this case, since they can pump that puppy up, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to wait on my original plan, and I think we just go get some life gain here. Submit 0. March of Wretched Sorrows will gain me some life, and I don't have to worry about Misery Shadow being pumped up to obscene levels. And if they don't put out a big threat, maybe we can just use Union of the Third Path next turn. Ghoulish Procession. Perfect. That's a deal. Their land is tap land, so we will draw the card. We will put the card down for land. We will call it a day. Lots of tap land. I feel like I need to go get the blue now while I have a chance. We're getting into the area where I need to be able to do counter spells. I'm reluctant to put Elish Nor down without cover because the black is so easy to have removal. Or even the green card with the black kicker for exiling at this point. I could have 4 copies of that, which that could be probable for my Mindsplice Apparatus. Sure. What do we want to do? I think we just want to see if they have something big coming our way. They do. I think we'll just counterspell that. We'll take back both of those. That's a little early. Let's see. I could get 3. Let's go ahead and draw 3. I know a lot of people would wait on this because it's only 3, so I can flash it in next turn. I'm okay doing it this way. I know it's not tournament style. But I've got a March of Earth to Star I can do 5 points of damage to, so I'm kind of waiting to see if they have something interesting. How interesting is that? It's not the most interesting thing, but it's not bad. Kind of sad that Ottawara is the one land that I pulled from 3 cards. Alright. I'm going to have to put out something because I'm at 7 cards and I'm missing land drops for all of my extra card draw. It's not doing me much good right now. I do have a requirement for more land. I need 7 to get the Hullbreaker Horror down, and I prefer to have more to give it cover with a counterspell or something. Okay. I'm just going to phase that real quick. Submit 0. Phase you. I just take 1 point of damage. They're holding up priority because they can trigger these blood tokens, most likely. They could have one of the 1 green protection spells, or maybe something that makes it indestructible, or stuff like that. They've certainly got a lot of energy they're not using. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful right there. They're holding up priority again. They could use the blood tokens to discard a card and draw a card if they want to. We just gotta wait for them to realize that I passed. They probably expected me to do something. I think I'm ready to put out Lich Norn. Let's try and get some life gain off of this. We're just going to do 3. Can you protect it? I've got a lot of ammo. I want to do it now while I've still got high health. They let it happen. That gives them the zombie. Gives them the card draw. So not the worst outcome for them. The one thing I don't like about Monumental Facade is I have to do it on my turn as a sorcery. Uh-oh. Yeah, look at Ottawara. Destroy Ottawara. Ottawara, please. Hello? 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 sources of land, and they're really just not casting any spells. Oh, they're looking at Monumental Facade. I wanted to juice up the Apparatus if I could. It's more of a leisure thing. It's more like, oh, they went for Ottawara. Oh, that's lovely. Are they thinking I used too many specialty cards, that maybe I don't have enough basic lands? They should have taken out the facade. Usually if I have enough land and time to use it, then that means I'm already winning. Finally, some land. All right, let's see what happens here. I can only syncopate for 3, so if they've got a cheap removal card, Elish Norn's going into the graveyard. The reason I'm doing it now is because we can get it back. All right, so we can't stop that. Well, technically we could, but I don't really care. I don't really care because we can get back. And they're not attacking. That's lovely. Oh, that was all during my turn still. I forgot. They can still attack this turn. The blob. This is what we keep this for. Let's see. They need. Shoot. I can't do that, can I? 1, 2, 3. It's not enough. That's a problem. Okay, that one we can do. That gets rid of any lifelink for them, at least for this round. I'm guessing these are removal cards. Their Balm is only 5 mana instead of 6. I was hoping for a 6 or 7 coster that they wanted to bring down. That's 8 points of damage. We're making them take long like they have blue cards or something. You're not the one with blue cards, I'm the one with blue cards. Sometimes when I make a deck, I won't even play test it, I'll just hit record and show you all what I'm doing. With this deck, I did have to take it out and play test because there's a lot of pieces to an Apparatus deck. There's a lot of decisions. It's helpful to go run it through a few times to make sure that you're doing the right thing. Union of the Third Path for only one white mana source is awesome deal. And since they might have something to... This doesn't actually cost me anything. Because so what I'm looking to use are all X spells. And they might have another demolition land. So I just want to have another way to X this up. And then I can use this for the future anyway. So there's no net loss to me here. Okay, so next we want to get rid of the thing that adds more stuff all the time. So we'll pay the 5, get the --, and we'll get Elish Norn back on the field. Again, they're holding up priority with the blood tokens. They probably have another removal, so Elish Norn might die again, so to speak. But that's what we have another Black Sun's Twilight for, actually. Plus, we can kill anything that they send up whenever we're ready. Yep, that's fine. That's fine. We're just going to bring it back. I feel like they're getting too much card draw. But they already got the one card draw there, so I can kill something. Let's get 6 back. And there'll be a net 0 change because they're going to hit me for 6 points. And they can use a blood token right now, so we just have to wait each time. They're not picking up their speed. This is going to take a while. Oh, the agony. They don't have nearly as many choices as we do. Although they are outstripping me on land so far. That's a little bothersome. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. What would I do with that? I think I want to wait. For right now, let's get rid of this puppy and bring back Elish Norn. I'm still at 17 life. I've got so much room, you know, to travel here. And we're just going to give... Oh, I keep forgetting. I really wish I could do that on my opponent's turn. Out of all the things... I know sometimes I have a tendency to flash this in on my own turn just because I'm tired of waiting. I want to activate this as an instant every time. I still could have done it while it was my turn. I just clicked too fast for the end turn. I really should learn how to slow down for these. A little bit of patience on this type of deck will do you good. They don't have anything big I want to steal yet, really. Maybe the Summoner. Roping. I'm gonna have to deal with tokens each time. Let's just go get 10 points of life. Points of damage, but there's no more card draw anymore. You know what I can do is I can take away their Falconroth Forebearer instead of killing it, so I don't have to worry about them bringing it back through the blood tokens all the time. Or I could just take Old Rusty away. Now that stops the enter into effect into the battlefield, so it's not going to mill the card. But it'll mill twice for me if I take it. Makes for some interesting things. That only costs 3. Okay. I think I'll take that. I think that's a better choice. I don't care about that. Oh, hello. Not yet. I'm going to take you. Thank you very much. Choose the one we want to keep. We'll keep the good one. Alright, that gives us some stuff. We'll activate this now before I forget, so we got more X stuff going on. I'm not glad I just got rid of a land. I'm still stuck at 7 lands this whole time. But they don't have any defenders, so we finally start to attack them. And evidently the one card they have is not a removal spell. I'm the one with card draw advantage. Well, they actually had card draw advantage for a long time with the Morbid Opportunist, so that's how they got as much land draw as they did. That's what I was waiting for. All of those puppies. Now, if they're smart, they'll attack with only the flyers. They just attack with those. Okay. You know I can block, right? So you wasted 4 points of power there. They got all the blood tokens they could ever ask for. We got a land! Life is good. That's all we're gonna do that turn. Hopefully they attack with these just to get them out of the way, I guess. It doesn't really matter. They didn't attack. Now we're pausing even longer during regular stuff that's just my turn? Come on. Oh, there goes a draw spell. That kind of sucks. Alright, so let's do 5, 6. I should have done the casualty thing, huh? No, because Old Rusty's only 1 power. Okay, so then we bring down... Actually, then we just... No. Yes, okay. We do this to get some life back. That'll give us 7 life back, so we just gain everything that we lost, our 8 life. Now I can put down a Plains, now I can still cast White Sun's Twilight. And we're going to cast that for... Oh, before I do that, I should attack, right? No, because they've got that. Okay. So... Let me add up all the stuff that I have here. 2, 4, 13? I lose Elish Norn. But we go back above 20 life again. And they get a zombie with Decayed. That seems like a fair trade for me. Okay, now we have a plethora of witches. We can win on the next turn with poison. Oh, never mind. They're going to do drag to bottom. That's fine. That kind of extends the game. I hope that's okay with them. They can bring back the Forebearer. Finally tapping into all of their blood tokens. Oh, they're looking to use something... Nah, it's worth... I mean, you could take out a Tri-land over here, would be the most value? Are they just trying to trick more land out of their deck because they've gone through half their deck? I've gone through half of my deck, too. Okay, take the... take the land that's worthless now. Maybe they hoped I was out of basic lands? I don't know. That's out of... Why would you not take the one that gives you 3 different color options? I almost, if I didn't time it right to put the planes down, I wouldn't have been able to cast the White Sun's Twilight. Because I'd already used one white mana source on the Union of the Third Path. Oh, I don't know that we want to do that to them again. That's just horrible. How many cards do I have? Let's do 10. That feels like a good number. Oh, I can cycle stuff if I want. I've got so many things I can do here. Oh, I can put that out. That's awesome. What else can I do? I just kind of need... How much am I going to have to discard? 7 cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. That's all we're going to do. And a 2, and a 3, and 4, and 5, and a 6. Oops. And a 6. And we'll get rid of the cut-up profits. Okay, I only have 14 more turns to win. If I do an average of 1 point of damage a turn, I might be able to make it. Syncopate! How much do I have to do that for? Just 10? I think just 10. I've got 10. What a coincidence. Well, you know, if you're going to attack me... Elvish Norn comes back. Do we want to have some fun? Do we want to have some fun? I think we do. That can't block. We attack that. That can da-ba-da-da-da. And then, how much is this going to be? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20, 20, 23? Had to use my treasure, but it worked. 23 life points. It's now 49 to 9. Do you think that you can win on your remaining 27 cards? They took out Elvish Norn again. How many times do I have to bring her back? I think I used up all my cards to bring her back, didn't I? And I already used my Devious Cover-Up, so I can't get any of those spells back. Alright, they're finally reduced to top decking. Should I do Hullbreaker Horror or should I do White Sun's Twilight? I feel like I need to do White Sun's Twilight on them. Is that evil? 11, 20, 23 again? Just because it gives me the most life. They have a chance if they have another board wipe. They made a bear. They're going to do all they can before they scoop. Yeah, hit your opponent in the face and then run away like a coward. That's what they all do. Nobody ever sits still and lets me finish them off. It's fine. There's comfort in your predictability. Let's go again. It's a fun deck. And if you don't have to worry about poison counters coming on you, then life gain actually makes a big difference again. That's a good start, I think. It's not the greatest because they gave me 2 of the card draw spells at the very beginning. I don't really want to see those until after 5 or 6 draws in. Yeah, we don't want enchantments to set up a permanent advantage, so we'll get rid of you now. Looks like it's going to be a counter deck that's going to be tough enough on us as it is. Tap land comes down. That comes next. They wait. Oh, I'm kind of glad they waited. On Curve Shieldred. It's our only copy in the deck. You think they know that? Would they know or care? They probably think we have 4 copies, right? That we got it right on curve. They're probably irritated. They just have another Roaring Earth, okay. We're not the type to just sit back and stand there with Shieldred. We like to swing in and hit. There's a lot of people that will just sit there and they're afraid of losing Shieldred, so all they do is put down a Shieldred and then they don't cast a single spell for the rest of the game. Can we get rid of you now? Or do you have a protection spell? Okay. That's fair. That's a 4/5. I think we do this for 3. Okay, I'm a little exposed now. Unnatural growth. Not bad. It's a legendary creature too. 10 big points of damage all at once. Do you think I could steal it? Do I have enough? I don't have enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so just attack. I could spend all my mana on this and draw 3 cards, but I feel like I need the flexibility of these 3, just in case. That's a lot of damage. Let's draw our 3 now. My turn! We will attack. Indestructible. No. 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're going to block with it, you're going to lose it. Oh, it had the death touch counter on it still. Alright, my bad. £12 points of damage. Alright, do they have protection? They do! That is messed up. What are the odds? Out of all the cards that they had. That's 3! 3 Tamios per... Ugh. I lost. I was supposed to use March of Wretched Sorrow sometime or something? I don't know. They had protection every single time. Okay, you'll have to tell me if there was a misplay in there, if I did something wrong. Or if it was all just hopeless because they had 3 of those. I shouldn't have attacked with Shieldred, is probably what it was my fault. Because that thing comes in with a death touch counter and I forgot about that. I was focused on the hexproof and them making it indestructible. And amidst all that, I forgot about it having the death touch counter. I would not have swung in like that. It's been a while since someone played that card on me. Alright, let's see if I can go up against an opponent who does not have 3 Tamiyo safekeeping in their first 6 draws. That's a little unusual. But not when Arena wants you to lose. Against a deck that's pretty much all instants and sorceries. Pumping up past our ability to do anything already. I think we just have to wait. I need to not miss land draw, though. Mishra's Foundry, cute. That is the wrong card. That is the wrong card to give me right now. You give me no white mana and you give me one of those. Shieldred! Thank you. We'll stop that at least. Yeah, we're not completely dead yet, but I missed a land drop. Seriously, Arena. Okay, we want them to blow their mana on this. Phase it out instead. Got him hesitating like a blue player. They're thinking hard. This is going to be a while. I just need land. That's all I need. So you... Why would you do that? It's tapped. Okay. That comes in tapped, so that's still not helpful. We're going to be permanently behind if they keep pumping up the Evolved Sleeper each time. Another one. Okay. Pump that one up, please. Perfect. Okay, so we can finally do something about one of these. To Refure, it comes in tapped yet again. Let's just do this. It gives me another cut of the profits. Cute. Another one? How many of those do you have? Alright, I think we have to use this for 5. Because they can pump this up to 5. Flesh grow. Oh, shoot. That's the full cost, too. Let's see. I think they got me. Yeah, they got me. There's nothing I can do against that. I had my witness protection handy, but they got... I did not... If they're not going to give me the land, I just can't play it. There's just no getting around it. We'll do one more. I need my enemy to stop outstripping me on land draw all the time. Okay, so they finally give me 4 lands. Okay, that should help. We do 2 in case we need to use the Syncopate right away. Yeah, we want to stop their life gain. I think that's worth it. Stops another creature from coming out later. Prevents a lot of future value. Okay, so then Union of the Third Path. They get to play something here. Dog's not too big a deal. And I need to be able to use Devious Cover-Up, so we play a land I can use. I have 2 blue sources for the cover-up if I need it. Another dog is fine. I'm just going to put in Mindsplice Apparatus. Interesting choice, Arena. Back to playing poker like the old days. Just give us all of the same old stuff. The DV's cover-up just became cheaper though, so Besiege goes away. I'm taking both of those spells back. Still giving me stuff I can't cast. Let's see, 3, 4, 5 for Black Sun's Twilight if they put down something I don't like. Like an ooze. Any kind of ooze, I'm going to use this immediately. Boombringer Valkyrie. Go ahead. They do, they give it to a dog. How about that? Oh no. This will only cost me 1 blue source. That is what we call efficiency. Pegasus. Pegasus is fine to come out. And I don't want them to get too far on the life gain, so we'll just get rid of their Valkyrie right now. And I'm out of ammo. I know I'm supposed to wait. I don't care. Let them do what they want. If they're gonna win, they're gonna win. Lion Sash I don't like. I might be able to get back into my graveyard. At least with creatures. But I did only have 1 Devious cover-up. Oh, they got rid of their own. I need something to help me out besides a Mindsplice Apparatus. Wizards? Wizards. You guys are mean. There's a team of wizard spies, for those that are new, that don't know what's going on. There's a team of wizard spies that's listening real time to my gameplay narration. This is not pre-recorded. And if I win too much, or if I get too cocky or arrogant, or sound at all way too confident in my deck, they need to teach me a lesson. So, they pay attention to what I say, and they give me exactly what I don't need. Yeah, I said anything except that would have been nice. That's good. Oh, that's funny. Alright. It's not the best, but it'll do in a pinch. That's supposed to wait till after they attacked. It still messed it up. No, it ends the turn, so we're fine. Okay, so we'll put one of these out now. We'll juice it up with the facade. They're going to spend their turn putting everything back down. Hullbreaker Horror is not enough. I've got just enough to bring it down, but... they're going to put down so much stuff. They'll have 3 points of damage available. Oh, wow. That's just awesome. 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, so 7. Do they have a spell to bring something back from their graveyard? Is that what they're looking at? They do. Lifelink doesn't really matter. I think they're just trying to cast as many as they can to block all the poison. That looks good. That should do it. These can't block, so there's really nothing else to do except attack with them. They're going to take all that. They only need to block 4. Well, they need to block 5 next turn. And with Lion Sash, they can just kill me this turn, right? So I can't flash in the Apparatus. I need to bring out Hullbreaker. They'll take the Mindsplice away. Okay. That's fair. KO comes in. Alright. Can you do anything with that last card? Just the flyers, right? Just the one flyer. That was not what I wanted. Return non-land. What do we get rid of? The one that costs the most? And then, I guess I'm just playing this for the heck of it. And then I get to go in with one more. Seven points of Hullbreaker doesn't matter, but I had exactly what I needed. He could have blocked 3 of the poison counters, but not all of them. So I did have to rely on the alternate victory for White Sun's Twilight. But I guess that's as good a trick anyway to show you how it works if you haven't seen one of these before. Let me go in and show you the deck one more time. Esper colors, white, blue, and black. Put them all together. It makes for a nice, fun combination. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I saw people using Union of the Third Path as well as all the Twilight spells. I think I remember them using Silver Scrutiny. Some of the things that might be different as far as mine, I think I'm the only one that's putting Witness Protection in, even at 1. Cut of Prophets might be unique to me in terms of bringing in Shieldred. I don't know if everybody uses 1 copy or 4 copies of Shieldred in this deck. I'm assuming, if it's black, I'm assuming if people have Shieldred, they're using it. But I love the combination with Cut of the Prophets, and I just don't think that I see them using it with this deck. And I don't know if people use Invoke the Winds with this deck or not. And I'm pretty sure that nobody's using Elish Norn with this type of deck. And maybe there's 1 or 2 out there using Hurkyl's Final Meditation with this deck, but it's not common because you do have to flash up all of the Mindsplice apparatus back up into your hand as well, and some people don't want to deal with that kind of issue. And maybe Cosmic Epiphany is used in some of these, but I think it's rare. I think people just usually pack in, because it's an X spell, I think they pack in just 4 copies of Silver Scrutiny probably. So I've got a little bit more variety in that I like to have fun with my draw spells. So maybe they're more efficient, right? If you team up the X spell with Mindsplice Apparatus as opposed to something that you really definitely need Mindsplice Apparatus out a little bit earlier to build up to make this cheaper to cast. With this, most of what I've seen is people just wait till the opponent's turn and cast this for 3 only. The potential for this is so much greater if you use this. So those, I think, are the big differences between what you might have seen elsewhere on YouTube or not. Give me a comment. Let me know if you've seen any other major differences, or if people are using Shieldred at all in these. If you've seen anybody use Cut of the Prophets in this type of apparatus deck, that type of thing. And we'll leave it there. Remember to like and subscribe, everybody. This was Travis from Tpull's Corner signing off. Have a good one.